Hailing from Kappilly, paternal house of Adi Shankaracharya Kalady, the land title of each and every place of worship across religions in Kalady can be traced back to the name Kapilly, except for areas where Talayattumpilli had title. All other places in a 5 square kilometer area were under title of Kappilly Mana. And Sri Srevalsan Nambudiri is the trustee of Kalady Devaswam, the family deity of Sri Shankaracharya Kalady. Working for 3 decades with wife Sunanda Chemangattumana, equally qualified accountants in DR Congo, Africa. Son Srihari Nambudiri is into literature research in VIT Amravati. Father late Damodaran Nambudiri and mother Sridevi Andarjanam. Brother Sri Kumar Nambudiri is a managing trustee of Kalady Devaswam. May I now invite Neethu Thekke to present his paper.
Good morning, everyone. Respected dignitaries, scholars, and my dear friends, when we speak of Kalady, we immediately think of Adi Shankaracharya, his brilliance, his renunciation, and his lasting influence on Indian thought. Kalady is known to the world as his birthplace, a land sanctified by the presence and his legacy. But today, I invite you to pause with me and look at Kalady from a quieter angle, one that history has largely kept in the background. This is a story not of institutions or of monuments, but of a mother, of a son who could not return in time, and of a family that carried the remembrance for generations. This is not a confrontation with the faith, but a conversation with the history. And it is an invitation to listen carefully, to reflect deeply, and to consider whether remembrance without acknowledgement can ever be complete. Kalady, the Ashoka that sheltered the love of the mother's Atma, and the family lamp that outlined her son till the triumph of 1906. A documented historical account highlighting Acharya's appeal, echoed by family members, seeking justice to enable the completion of mother's rituals and the restoration of her abode. Neither did I give you water at the time of your death, nor perform the Shraddha. O mother, pardon me. Matrik Panchakam, verse 4. The synopsis and compilation has been done by Kappilly Srevalsan Nambudiri. The executive summary. This paper assembles textual, oral, archival, and material evidence to show that the living custodian of Aryamba's cremation site at Kalady was preserved by Kapilly Mana through a daily lamp under an Ashoka tree. In 1906, the Travancore government acquired the site for preservation, and in 1910, the revered institution consecrated shrines that gave Kalady the global recognition. We do not contest their sanctity. Rather, we seek historical clarity and ritual justice, acknowledging the family's role and the unfinished rites owed to the mother's Atma. Evolution of Kalady. This document presents the legends relating to evolution of Kalady from Shashalam, Kalady upon Sri Krishna temple, the ancestral Riti of Shankara. Kalady is inseparably associated with Sri Shankaracharya, his mother Aryamba of Parur, and his father Shivaguru of Edamana, later known as Kapilly Mana. Aryamba was widowed during Shankara's early years. According to the long preserved tradition, the site of Kalady owes its very name to an act of filial devotion. As the story is told, the young Shankara, anxious to ease the daily walk of his widowed mother Aryamba to the distant river, prayed with childlike faith to the ancestral deity, Lord Krishna. Moved by his plea, the Purna river, which is now known as the Periyar River, then flowing nearly 3 kilometers away, is said to have altered its course. Shankara traced a path upon the ground with his feet, and the water flowed, coming to the family's doorstep. From that wonder, the place took the name the Kalady, the footprint. The Krishna was thereafter venerated as Kalady, Lord of Kalady. Later, Adi Sankara himself re-established the shrine of his ancestral deity to the present location on the sacred Thiruvonam day of the month Thulam, performing the Pradishta despite the traditional prohibition against such rite during Dakshinayanam. On that occasion, he is believed to have composed and recited the Achyuta Ashtagam, which remains part of the daily devotion of Kalady. To this day, the Kalady Devasam commemorates the act of consecration with a special puja and the offering of Chadushyaga Nivedyam to Kalady and special puja at the Moolasthanam, the ancient spot of temple at the river bank on every Thulam Thiruvonam. It is of particular significance that the trusteeship of Kalady Devasam continues to be held by Shankara's own paternal and kin families, the Kapillimana and the Talayatambalimana. The abstract. This document traces the historical and ritual legacy of Kalady, centering on Edamana, later known as Kapillimana, the paternal family of Adi Shankaracharya. It recounts the cremation of Aryamba, the lamp of respects tradition, testimony from the Matru Panchakam, and the later rediscovery of Kalady by Sringeri Sharada Peedam within its legal and institutional context. The document documents subsequent misattributions, including the change of 1906 acquisition record from Kapilly to Kappilly, and highlights the incomplete Sheshakriya, which is the final rites of Aryamba. The study affirms that Kalady's recognition at Aryamba's birthplace long predates the 1906 preservation and so-called rediscovery. It further records the historic kingship of Thekkemadom as Sanketham, including tax authorities and control over religious prisons, attested in sources such as Adi Shankaranda Natiloru Devalayam by Reverend Father Sebastian Ponulil. Oral accounts and family traditions. After the passing of Aryamba, the mother of Adi Shankaracharya, her mortal remains were borne to the funeral pyre by the paternal family called Edamana, later known as Kapillimana, carrying the leg side, and the Kith family, Muthedattu, later known as Talayatambalimana, carrying the head side. According to long-held oral tradition, 8 other Nambudiri families who declined to join the funeral rites eventually became extinct. According to Nambudiri cremation custom, the mortal remains are first laid beneath the sacred Ashoka tree, which is called the Uttama Vriksha. Descendants observe a year of Diksha before performing the Sheshakriya, lifting the remains, consigning them to the water, and completing the first annual Shraddha with Sabandi Karanam. During this year, a daily lamp of respect is kept burning by the family. Once the final rites are done, no memorials or built markers are kept. The cremation site is returned to agriculture, often with planted, which is basically the banana tree. In Aryamba's case, the Shankara could not attend the cremation nor return for the first annual rites of his beloved mother. The Kapilly family therefore preserved the remains beneath the Ashoka tree, maintaining the lamp of respect generations after generation, and protecting the site within their homestead with a simple compound wall, a tradition upheld until 1906, when the Travancore royal administration acquired about 25 acres from Kapilly for preservation. The textual evidence of the unfulfilled filial obligation. Matru Panchakam verse 4 records Adi Shankara's anguish of not being able to attend his mother Aryamba at her deathbed or perform Shraddham. This is a direct testimony of an unfulfilled filial obligation and strengthens the case that Aryamba's Sheshakriya remains incomplete. Na dattam madaste marana samaye toyam api va स्वधा वानो दत्ता मरण समये श्राद्धविधिना न जप्तो मादस्ते मरण समये तारकमनु अकाले संत्राप्ते मयि कुरु दयां मादर्तुलां. The translation: neither did I give you water at the time of your death, nor perform the shraddham, nor chant the liberating mantra. O mother, pardon me, for I arrived too late. This direct testimony contrasts with the imaginative embellishments in various Shankara Vijayams, which stray far from the master's own words. The archival evidence of acquisition from Kappilly. On 27th January 1906, the Travancore government acquired 25 acres around Aryamba Samiti from Kappilly, as recorded in the deed signed by Diwan Madhav Rayar. The original of this deed has been preserved by Kappilly. Later, some publications beginning with the early Sringeri Mutt records and followed by works such as 1950s book Kalady and Sri Panikkath Appu Namputiri Sarvasam mistakenly cited the donor as Kappilly. Because of the Mutt's prestige, these misattributions spread and persisted even into modern references like Wikipedia, obscuring the identity of Shankara's true paternal family. Correcting this record is vital to present Kalady's heritage accurately. These are images from the Travancore Gazette and Travancore State Manual. The Samadhi of Aryamba. The picture shows that it's a black lamp post donated by Thekkemadom with its inscription Thekkemadom Vaga in Malayalam. The writing is being located at the middle of the lamp, if you can see. Thekkemadom, a Shankara Mutt based in Thrissur and traditional holder of Archaka or priestly rites at Kalady Appan Sri Krishna temple, later installed a black stone lamp at the site to support the long established daily lamp ritual. This lamp bears a clear inscription in Malayalam stating that it was donated by Thekkemadom Vaga. There is also a marble slate claiming the lamp post contemporaneous with Aryamba's cremation. It states that this is a place where Aryamba, the holy mother of Sri Adi Sankara, was cremated. This monument enabled the Jagadguru of Sringeri Mutt to locate the actual birthplace of the great Acharya. The lamp post made of black stone just near the Samati is existing from the time of Sri Shankara. This is the holiest spot of Kalady. And this is the evolution of writing in Kerala. So you can see that a few centuries, somewhere between 8th to 14th century, it was Vatteluthu, later the Kolleluthu, and then Malayalam got standardized somewhere between 16th and between 19th century. So the inscription on the lamp is written on the 14th century Malayanma. We are talking about this lamp. But in a well-developed form of Malayalam script, indicating a date no earlier than the 17th century. This establishes that the lamp was installed nearly 6 centuries after the passing of great Acharya. Despite this, a marble plaque affixed to the newly constructed tomb structure incorrectly claims that the lamp post is contemporaneous with Aryamba's cremation. Experts are said to have relied on this post to identify the cremation site of Mother Aryamba, a conclusion that demonstrates how institutional assertions can prevail over clear linguistic and historical evidence. In the early 19th century, a fact-finding mission from the Sringeri Sharada Peedam recognized this spot as Aryamba's Samadhi, relying on the still maintained lamp and the oral testimony of Kapilly descendants. Kalady, 1906, Guru Dakshina that silenced a mother's Atma and abode. On 21st February 1910, Sri Satchidananda Shivabhinava Narasimha Bharati, Jagat Guru of the Sringeri Sharada Peedam, consecrated shrines for Adi Sankara and Sharada Devi at Kalady, formally affirming the site as Acharya's Janmabhoomi. This institutional recognition drew upon a simple but ancient testimony, the lamp tradition preserved by Kappilly Mana at the spot where Aryamba's moral remains lay beneath the sacred Uttama Vriksha, quietly awaiting the final Shraddha rites her son had wished but could not return to complete. Yet, in 1906, before this consecration, the Travancore government, acting with the support from Sringeri discipleship, acquired the land as property for preservation. What had been a natural resting place, protected by a family wall, shaded by the ancient Ashoka, and honored daily by the lamp of filial duty, was altered. The protective wall was removed, the Ashoka tree fell, and the daily lamp that had been kept the mother's memory alive was extinguished. In its place arose a cement tomb and a marble plaque announcing a rediscovered birthplace, locating the black lamp post from some sculptures as existing from the time of cremation, when the lamp bears inscription in Malayalam script, proving it to be somewhere between 16th to 17th centuries. The black granite lamp, now on the site, sometimes mistaken as ancient, was in fact installed centuries later by Thekkemadom mud, evidenced by the Malayalam graving Thekkemadom Vaga in a script that only evolved in 19th to 17th centuries, long after Aryamba's time. The dream of the pontiff. It is believed that the restless soul appeared in a dream to the pontiff of the mud, who was staying overnight at Perumbavoor before setting foot the next day on the Janmabhoomi soil of Acharya for the first time. In the dream, she revealed that her abode lay beneath an Ashoka tree and even showed the location. To the pontiff's astonishment, upon arrival in Kalady, he found the very same tree he had seen in the dream. Unfortunately, all subsequent appeals proved futile. The abode itself, along with the Ashoka tree on the riverbank, was cut down, and the protective wall was erased. With the acquisition of the property from the family in the name of preservation, the warmth of the family's ritual lamp for the departed soul was extinguished. This is a snip from the website of the Holy Sri Sringeri Mud, which justifies that there was a dream to the pontiff of the mud, and it speaks about it. For the Kapilly lineage, the transformation meant the loss of Aryamba's natural abode under the Ashoka tree, the silencing of the lamp of filial respect, and with it, the hope of completing the unfulfilled Sheshakriya Shankara himself had wished to perform. What began as Guru Dakshina to honor the Guru's birthplace also closed a quiet chapter of personal duty and a mother-son bond. The final erasure, a legacy subsumed of Sanketham, Thekkemadom. Thekkemadom, another institution founded by Adi Sankara, enjoyed kingship as Sanketham, the fiscal and ritual rites, which is called the Rajabhogam, for centuries. Kerala Act 15 of 1980 and 1981 abolished these privileges, reflecting changes in Kerala's temple governance. This provides a backdrop to understanding how custodianship structures shifted in modern times. This is a snip of the Kerala Act 15 of 1980 and 81. The highlighted portion speaks about the abolition of Rajabhogam. The Thekkemadom, once the erstwhile kingship of Kalady, recognized as the traditional Shankara Sanketham, which is a sacred center, has seen its presence decisively extinguished. Its primary property, the very palace and the 3-hectare land, is now held by the Holy Sri Sringeri Sarada Peedam through a special lease deed of indefinite duration. This transfer has effectively wiped out the last traces of Thekkemadom from the Acharya soil, cementing Sringeri's institutional dominance. The site now hosts a prestigious Vedic school run by the respected Sringeri Mutt. The irony of this final fact is that the rich history of Thekkemadom's traditional kingship and custodianship is largely unknown to the local residents, a history preserved only to limited individuals and institutions like Kaipattur Church and CMI. The paradox of Kalady remains. The pursuit of institutional glory for the greatest of gurus, Adi Shankaracharya, was achieved only by the very same unfortunate son, allowing his mother's Atma to be forcibly stripped of his natural sanctuary. His universal greatness was thus established upon the foundation of a profound personal filial betrayal, a pattern that ultimately led to the erasure of all previous custodians from the historical landscape. The conclusion. Even today, the Sheshakriya of Mother Aryamba remains incomplete. The greatest of gurus, Adi Shankaracharya, himself confessed his greatest sorrow in Matra Panchakam, that he could not fulfill his final duty as a son. Centuries have passed, yet this wish was never renounced. It was only left unfinished by the destiny. This is not a question of institutions or authority, but of dharma and concise. This is a long silenced voice of a mother waiting through centuries for the final rites. Her son longed to perform. Her tears were never shed aloud. They were absorbed by time, earth, and memory. If even one heart here is stirred by that silent suffering, let us come together and complete what was left undone. Such an act alone would be the greatest Guru Dakshina, an offering not to stone or name, but to compassion, justice, and love. Thank you.